Welcome back, everyone. Boy, talk about a perfect Friday afternoon interview. We've got one. Many of you know about the Ballston Spa Film Festival. All of us know about Sundance. So joining me today, Sundance Film Festival. So joining me today is Pam Grandin, who's the director of the Ballston Spa Film Festival, who just made a rather interesting trip to the Sundance Film Festival.
Yes,
so first, welcome. Always great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's do a couple of things here. Okay. We definitely want to talk about Sundance and what it was like out there. Ballston Spa Film Festival. This summer will be the 8th year, correct?
Yes.
And you've been involved, I think you told me 4 years?
As the director, yeah. I've been involved 7, but it's my 4th year as the director.
Terrific. For anybody out there who's not familiar with the Ballston Spa Film Festival, give me a quick rundown.
Okay. It's a family-friendly event, community event, runs 2 days, first weekend of August, 7th and 8th this year. Right. And it's a place for the community to come together to see some films, all short films. And it's a place that we foster young filmmakers, emerging filmmakers from the community as well as from around the world.
I got you. You know, I remember when it started 8 years ago, and people were like, a film festival in Ballston Spa? And now we can't wait for it. You know, it's true. Before we went on air today, Pam and I were talking about the STEM initiatives and all that, and we agreed that the letter that's missing in STEM is the letter A. It should be STEAM, right, for the arts,
for the
right?
arts,
because boy, does that ever help contribute to the well-being of a community. Now, the entries for the Ballston Spa Film Festival, what are sort of the categories and or any of the requirements?
The biggest requirement is they have to be family friendly. So something that a family would see, really no gore, you know, minimal language, violence. Yeah, right, sure. But almost any genre. We don't do music videos at this point, but documentaries, dramas, horror if it can be family friendly, animation. Right. You know, so it's a wide variety of submissions.
Now, long form, short form?
Short form.
Short
3
form,
to 15 minutes is
3 to 15 minutes.
Limit,
yeah. You know, you think it's hard making a 2-hour film? Try making a 10-minute film.
Yes,
Although if it's good, it could be as good as Gone with the Wind. You know what I mean? I've seen some amazing work done within that time frame. And I think it's even more of a challenge to make that work, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as a result of this past Ballston Spa Film Festival, you and a friend decided you were going to take Head West, young lady.
Yes, we took a road trip.
Yeah.
I was privileged enough to be asked by Dr. Jan Broberg Carter, who's actually a judge at Ballston Spa Film Festival, to accompany her to Sundance this year.
Wow.
She's been going for over 20 years, and she actually won the film festival 5 years ago with her composition for a film. And so through that relationship and that friendship, she asked me to go with her to represent Ballston Spa Film Festival. So.
Wow, okay. Fun. I mean, we could keep you here for a day talking about the experiences. I'm going to ask a question you all want to know. Did you meet Robert Redford?
Yes, I did. I met him. I got to shake his hand. He was so down to earth. He was just like everybody else in the room. He walked in. He was very unassuming. People didn't even realize he was there. Stood right next to our table, and people at the table didn't realize that he was even that close to us, but very nice. So, and I got a picture with him. So
you did?
Yes,
oh,
yes,
fantastic!
That's my highlight.
You know, he represents. I mean, let's face it. You know, he's getting on in years now and everything else, but not all that dissimilar to Paul Newman in the sense that very soft-spoken. You know, amazingly talented, and someone you know it's approachable, right?
Yes, yes. And he's very thoughtful when he talked to the audience. A few times that I got to see him, everything was just very thoughtful and you know, very, very pointed. You know, he knew what his goals were, and he knows what his goals are with Sundance. And
well, he's wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That interesting quality that one gets when you're really good at what you do over time, right?
Yeah.
Let's go 180. Alec Baldwin is always a fixture there. Was he there?
Alec Baldwin was there.
Was.
We saw him zip out of the theater after one of the shows and got in the car and went out.
Punching anybody in the face or anything?
No, he was calm.
He was calm.
Yeah, he was calm. But,
a question I'd really love to know. Highlight. What impressed you in terms of what you saw? What category and what were the films?
The category I think I just connect to the most is probably documentaries. I did see some feel-good films that were good and they were just let you relax. Documentaries, I think for me, you know, and there were two that stood out. The first one that I saw was a world premiere, and it was What Happened, Miss Simone, and it was a documentary about Nina Simone, and it was just beautifully done. It really was a touching film, and she was just, you know, such a phenomenal lady. And then, of course, right after that, they brought John Legend out, so he played live for us, and so that was a treat. And then another documentary that I saw was Dancing in Ohio, and it was about a social skills group in Ohio that deals with teens and adults on the autism spectrum, mostly the high functioning. And it was just a nice story because the storyline was we're going to plan a formal dance and we're going to attend. And so they went through all of that preparation, and they had their own formal dance and had King and Queen, so it was nice. Yeah.
You know, I want to talk just briefly about both of them. Nina Simone, by the way, was such a rebel rouser and a breakthrough activist and everything else in her time.
Yes.
She did not suffer fools easily. I imagine that film is amazing.
It was. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah, because
and I learned
as
so
a documentary, especially because it's her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Having John Legend come out and perform afterward is not too shabby.
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay. And the other film I saw, and the thing that struck me about the second film was the fact that, you know, if you suffer from autism or pretty much any number of different handicaps, you might have some trouble expressing yourself, but there's one universal thing that we all share: dance.
Dance.
You know, you get the opportunity to express yourself and to see the king and the queen at the dance and whatever. It was very touching.
Yeah,
right? A real eye-opener. Boy, okay, we're going to try to wrap it up if we can. Let's talk about what's coming up August 7 and 8 for the Ballston Spa Film Festival this year. What can we expect to see? What categories?
Oh gosh, we haven't gotten that far yet, but but the typical, I mean, you know, we'll probably have animation again. We'll do docs. Right. It really depends on what submissions we get. So each year kind of flows differently. You know, one year we might get all animation or more animation, and one year might be more documentaries. But I'm excited to be able to reach out to the contacts and the connections I made at Sundance, filmmakers and some producers, and see, you know,
so you may get some guest judges.
I'm looking for guest judges. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Make sure. Just again on these categories, if you're the next Spielberg, if you want to go that way, we have documentaries, we've got drama, you've got action, you've got horror with certain limitations, right, and violence and gore and stuff like that. But animations, and you know, if you're a filmmaker and you want to work within that very, very challenging time of 5 to 15 minutes. That's quite a challenge.
Yeah,
you know, you don't underestimate that for sure.
No, not at all.
Please, you contact them, and we'll, of course, have all the contact information, and really look forward to partnering with you again. One thing we're going to really try to put together this year, we tried last year, we didn't get it done, is to show the winning films on Look TV, so that you'd be able to see these works of art. Right, the A in STEM, which should be STEM.
That's right, the arts. Yes.
Well, Pam, welcome home.
Thank you.
Great to have you back again, and look forward as we get closer to the film festival of talking again.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Good. Thanks.
Thank you, Jesse.
To see this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.